It's been announced, the Sony A7siii. Should I cancel my R5 order? So the camera seems to be almost perfect from a videographer's point of view, but is it the camera for me? Let's take a look at the specs. Looking at the specs, the thing that strikes me first is the 12 megapixel sensor. Now obviously this is going to be great in low light, and I think we've seen that in some of the early reviews. So it's certainly looking good for videographers as well, because the readout from this camera, in fact the whole strategy here is to be designing a camera which is light on the processor. So the fact that it's got this Bionic XR processor, I'm not too sure what that brings, because the whole camera has been designed to minimise the load on the processor and on the battery, and Sony have done a good job there. Looking next at the 9.44 million EVF. This strikes me as a little strange. For a camera that's been set up for videographers, I'm surprised that they've put as much effort into the eye viewpiece as this. Particularly when you look at the flippy screen, which is a 1.4 million dot. Now to my mind, a higher resolution on that flippy screen would have been better from a videographer's point of view. The 9.4 million dot EVF, it's a headline grabber, but how much will it be used? Turning to the menus now, Canon have improved the menu structure, there's no doubt about that, but have they done a good enough job yet? From my point of view, the menu structure is certainly cleaner, but I do find it a bit of confusing still. There's too much colour in the display for my taste. I think they could have made better use of the colour, and also there's only 7 items visible on that display. Now that also is partly to do with the choice of 1.4 million dots. A higher resolution would have been able to make it readable and still get more lines on the page. Looking now at ergonomics, we'll swap to a view of the camera. So looking at ergonomics, the buttons are certainly bigger, the joystick is also bigger and better placed, and the record button. Both of these should be easily found now. That was something I always had difficulty with the Sony. Taking another view of the camera, on here you can see the forward facing screen, and that's certainly a welcome addition on the A7S. However, the choice of a full-sized HDMI socket, although it has benefits from a cable security point of view, it does mean that this is going to get in the way of your screen when it's tilted forward. Another problem that I have seen demonstrated on this is when the door is open for access to the connectors, it limits your ability to move the flippy screen. So it looks like some of the hardware side of this has not been properly thought through. So in somebody looking through the specs, the only area I can clearly see where this camera has an advantage over the R5 is its ability to control the heat. Now that's no minor thing, and I'm sure that true videographers will rely upon that, and they will go for this camera. But my own preference being photography, I'm less concerned with that. So where does that leave us? I think clearly the Sony has very good specs. It's excellent from a 4K video point of view. I don't think it beats the Canon R5 yet for quality. The 8K footage and the 4K HQ footage from the Canon is superior to that which can be produced by the A7S. That's not my view, and a number of people have looked at this and they are saying that although an excellent quality for 4K, it doesn't meet the 4K HQ or the 8K. Now obviously it doesn't have the heat either, so that's a big factor for anyone who wants to concentrate on video work, and as I've said already, I think it's a great choice for that. As far as I'm concerned, my next camera is coming soon.